Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So today I'm going to be making another living in the real world video. This time it's teenage edition. It's my sim right here, her name's Amy, she's a teen. She lives in a fairly big house in Willow Creek. For those of you that don't know, the Living in a Real World series is basically where I play through a day or two with a sim whilst using a load of realistic mods to try and make it feel as close to the real world as possible. So I do have a load of mods installed right now. Most of them are teen specific, but there are some other ones that are just general real world. Like I have the milestones mod installed. So this is the dad here, his name's Tony, and I see he already has a mood buff from his midlife crisis. He's feeling some midlife materialism. But Amy is the real star of the show. She has a few unique teen traits from the Teen Lifestyle Pack. So her traits are heartbreaker, band nerd, and relatable, which is just because she's got a teen aspiration. She lives with her parents. We just met Tony. This is her mum, Janet. And she also has a younger sister, Maxine, who is a preteen, who's pretty sad at the moment. Why are you sad, Maxine? Lonely nature from emo trait. Yeah, Maxine's a little emo kid. It's okay, Max. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And it looks like Amy's got a few mood buffs from her traits as well. Flirting around from the heartbreaker trait. Artistic presence from band nerd trait. So I will try and call out these mods as and when they pop up. And I'll also link all of them in the video description. So if you like the look of any of them, you can go download them for yourselves. One of my favourite mods, which is one I have installed right now, which isn't specific to teens, is the Sim Nation Travel mod, which basically allows you to have cars in The Sims. I have done like a whole video covering just the mod itself, but this here is going to be Amy's car. Currently, she can't drive it because she doesn't own the vehicle, and I don't think she knows how to drive either. So probably the first thing we should do is we should apply for our license so that we can at least leave the house. Sim Nation Travel. So she could just get a subway pass. Looks like she has to wait until 2 o'clock to do a driver lesson. So maybe this afternoon we'll see if we can get ourselves a license. I do have a new app on my phone from A Deep Indigo. Okay, so she can just buy a subway pass from her phone. I might just hold off and see if we can get a license so she can drive her pink car. You giving some advice to your little sis? As you probably guess as well, for the height difference for this little one, I do have the preteen mod installed as well. I would ideally like to try and maybe we'll take our preteen sister shopping. Maybe we'll take her to a clothes store or something just to make her feel a bit better because she's a sulky little madam right now. She looks miserable. So annoyed that we have to wait to do our driving lessons. So annoyed, in fact, that I think we should go and harass our parents with the Mean Teen mod, which allows me to say things that will make my parents very angry. I can be disrespectful, talk about hating the house rules, say I'm not going to go to uni, I'm going to have surgery, I'm going to quit school, say hurtful things, try to convince to let them have a party. Let's talk about quitting school. Threaten that you're going to drop out of school unless we get an even newer car. Because our car's from 2021 and that is not acceptable, Dad. Oh, I think we have a few new... Leave school from wanting to leave school. Amy hates school and wants to drop it out. Uncomfortable from being mad. Sometimes parents are so annoying. Does he have any mood buffs? He's got one here. Shocked from dropping out of school. Tony doesn't relate to what his teen just said. Learning is very important, but his child isn't aware of what they're doing. Yeah, that's right. We'll rock the apple cart, all right. We're gonna get you two divorced if it's the last thing I do. We still have just under an hour before we can go for driving lessons, so maybe we'll see if we can go on a little activity. That's the Teen Stories and Activities mod, which allows you to go on a little rabbit hole. Just gets you out the house for a little bit. It does have like a permission system as well. Let's just go to an escape room. That'll be nice and quick. So I'm pretty sure with the Teen Activities mod, you do need to ask your parents' permission to leave. And if you just go off gallivanting without their permission, they'll start yelling at you when you come home. I'm not sure if that will be the case for a simple escape room, but I think if she went to like a late night party, or if she just went away on a road trip for 3 days, she'll probably be punished. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can choose the punishment for the kid as well. You might notice these teens, you might notice these Sims have a few more mood buffs than what they usually have. I've got both the Milestones mod and I have the mood pack installed, so it gives them a lot more general lifestyle mood buffs, you know, like the midlife crisis one. I think it gives you, the Milestones one gives you toddler teething and stuff like that as well. Will you stop crying? Get a grip. Oh, you better come home now, actually. I'm going to bring you home early so you can go do your little driving lesson. Attend driver education lesson. Have fun. I think even when she comes back, she still has to separately schedule her test, if I remember correctly. Why are you two just sitting in your kid's room flirting with each other? Fucking weird, man. Maxine, I'm sorry, but your family are creeps. Maybe we'll talk about Maxine a little bit while Amy's away. So Maxine's got a different homework book because she's a preteen, so she doesn't actually attend primary or secondary school. She goes to middle school now. So if you play as a child sim that blows out their birthday candles and ages up, they'll automatically age into a preteen. How long are you a preteen for? Let's see. Oh, 7 days. And that's on the short lifespan. Max has a few additional options as well, being a preteen. For example, she can apply lotion, apply deodorant, and apply some body spray. Why don't you put some body spray on? Smell nice. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, she's got a mood buff. Smelling fresh. Wow, I smell amazing. I feel like I can do anything. Oh, looks like Amy's driving lesson is almost done. Today's lesson was good. Maybe work a little on your parallel parking, though. Oh, no. Does that mean you're not ready for a test? Destined to drive. Getting behind the wheel is always a blast, even when everything doesn't go perfectly, every time. Well, that is very optimistic of you. Well, it looks like it's going to be a while before you pass your test. So, I tell you what, why don't you just get a subway pass? And then you can take your younger sister shopping for a bit of retail therapy. Cheer her up. Let's go for just a week. A week pass. There we go. Let's take Maxine on a little girl's shopping trip. Well, you know what? I might just use my cheats just to give her a license, because it might be a while before she actually passes her test. So why don't you go and complete your vehicle registration? Oh, it even says her name, Amy Marsh's Speedster. Yeah, that's right. Here we are. With it being realistic Let's Play, obviously we have to go to a realistic store. So we're at H&M. This is the one I'm using, by the way. I got it from the gallery, so if you like the look of it, go ahead and add it to your game. There's a few different copies of it, so I don't know who the original builder was. Alright, let's go shopping. Could take a look at the beauty products. Got some foundation brushes there, Maxine. That'll clean up your acne. Or maybe we could get you some towels that you can sit on when you're on your period, so the sofa doesn't look like a crime scene. Or how about some shoes, so that you don't have to wear those ugly Uggs everywhere you go. I actually don't think anything is for sale here. I placed this lot down, but I think I was supposed to go in and set things for sale. So I don't think I can actually buy anything. Oh man, I suck at realistic gameplay. Well, you know, we're here, we can walk around, we can pretend it's a museum. This is what people do in the real world, Maxine. Take it in while you can. Probably won't exist in about 20 years. 7 p.m, it's getting on for dinner time. I think we should go and have a meal. We don't need to go home. Oh, she's got her driver's license and her ticket, her subway ticket in her inventory as well, which is pretty cool. I quite like that addition. Right, let's go somewhere for dinner, Maxine. My treat, you and me. Sisterly bonding time. We will go to one of Carla's favourite restaurants, Olive Garden. Gorgeous, isn't it? This is the one I have in my game, if you want to get it for yourselves. Again, there are a few different versions of the same place, just uploaded by different creators. But yeah, it's on there. Okay, let's go get ourselves a table. Yeah, I think we've got a table. Thanks very much, waiter or host. Okay, let's just keep this simple. If The Sims 4 worked properly, we would do starters, mains, but you know, this game is pretty shit, so we'll have a few glasses of this and just some spaghetti. There we go. Well, this is nice, isn't it? I feel like I'm really at Olive Garden. I also have some bigger mods installed that we're going to see in action a little bit more in a sec. Probably the biggest mod I have is Woohoo Wellness, which is this pie menu right here, Pregnancy and Family, and this pie menu right here, Relationship Wellness. So I can send Amy to go and get tested for WTDs. We can also go get some protection if she wants to be safe. If I wanted to, I could give her like chlamydia or something. I'm not going to do that. I'm nice. I don't treat my Sims badly. You guys know that. And then pregnancy and family. I can decide whether or not she wants to have a child. If she's a teenager, by default, she doesn't want one, which, you know, makes sense. I could also change her fertility, so I could make her, I could get her to start birth control, but I could also set her to very fertile, which would guarantee that she would get pregnant from having woohoo just one time. I'm thinking when we get home we should probably order some tampons, because I've got Slice of Life installed and that period is going to come any day now. I do have some new interactions with Maxine through the Teen Stories and Activities mod, so I know we're going through a lot of mods, so I'll remind you. This is the mod where you can go out on rabbit holes. So you can go on a road trip, you could go to an escape room, and you can ask your parents' permission to go places. They also have a new social pie menu. Organise a sleepover, complain about school, talk about relationships, crushes, upcoming events. You know, ways to build rapport between teens. Well, while we wait for our food, why don't we make light chit-chat? Talk about relationships. Maxine's got a lot to learn. Talk about crush. Complain about school. Well, it's getting on for midnight and the food hasn't arrived yet, so I guess this was a nice meal that didn't contain any food. Let's just go home. We'll go home and have a Hot Pocket or something. So we touched on the Mean Teen mod earlier that allows teens to say mean things to their parents, but it also is a two-way thing. Parents have new interactions with their teenagers as well. They're not all mean, of course. Like, the teenage ones aren't all mean either. But they can be kind of naggy, you know, nag about their style, ask if they finished their homework, argue about friends, about scholarships, ask if they've applied to university, talk about their preferred university, yell at for not answering the phone. I might yell at her for not answering the phone. They've been gone for hours. You don't come home at 1 a.m. thinking that that's all cool. So the mum has a mood buff. Scholarship application. Janet needs to study harder. Do I deserve this scholarship? Amy's parents make her so stressed about the scholarship thing. She needs to apply to every eligible scholarship and hope for a positive letter. Oh, tell me about it, Amy. Stressful, huh? I'm pretty sure almost every interaction with the mean teens gives you a mood buff. So that's quite a lot. But you know what? It's getting late. Amy's a bit rebellious. I think we should invite Amy's boyfriend over. So it's a bit late to be inviting someone over, so instead I'm just going to summon her boyfriend over here. This is Dom, Amy's boyfriend. We've invited him over so we can fool around a little bit. Well, I ideally wanted to end this with a cheeky teen pregnancy, but I think Woohoo Wellness has been updated. And I can't seem to figure out how to set her exact fertility amount. I used to be able to just set it at 100% fertile, but I'm kind of struggling to see how I can do it. I'm sure I still can do it. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, if she doesn't get pregnant through Woohoo Wellness, then I can just force a pregnancy through MC Command Center. No protection was used. That's what we like to see. Okay, let's go take a pregnancy test. So you probably noticed there are two options. There's the pregnancy test that comes with The Sims 4, and then there's the pregnancy test which is part of the realistic childbirth mod, which gives actual animations as if she's really taking a pregnancy test. If she looks shocked, it means she's pregnant. So she isn't pregnant. Okay, let's go mess around again. Just a pregnancy scare. Thankfully, the pregnancy test came out negative. Amy doesn't want children right now. Oh, don't worry, Amy, we will try again. She also has a mood buff flying with no parachute. No protection was used during this latest Woohoo session. Okay, let's try this again. Try not to fuck it up this time. Don't get it wrong again. Trying to create some drama in this video, Amy. Oh, okay. I got it figured out now. So her fertility rate is 22. We will put it at 100. Okay, that probably explains why she didn't get pregnant. Okay, let's mess around with your boyfriend one more time. Sorry about that, you're gonna get carpet burn. On the bright side, at least you got to see what a realistic pregnancy test looks like when it's negative. Who's that walking in? Max? Stop walking into your teenager. What is wrong with this family? You fucking creeps. Okay, let's go take a pregnancy test, and hopefully this time it says you're knocked up, and hopefully you'll cry about it. So she has the not wanting a baby right now. Yeah, does not want a child right now, which, like I said, is the default for all teenagers unless you manually change it. Oh, she's shocked. She's up to duff all right. You can see it from the look on her face. Amy is pregnant. Very tense, unwanted pregnancy. Amy did not expect this pregnancy and is really not sure what she wants. Is really not sure that she wants it at all. But it's happening. What should she do? Pregnancy freakout. Pregnant. It hits Amy now. How young she still is. How little she wants anything major and life-changing. I would like to adult now. Pretty good timing, really. And life-changing happening at this point in no time. How little she feels ready to handle such a thing. And yet this pregnancy is exactly that. Major, life-changing, impossible not to freak out. What will her parents say? Her friends? The father of the child? Oh, Amy, you are really up shit creek without a paddle, my girl. So I'm not gonna, for the sake of this particular video, I could send her to go and get an A. If she decided she did not want the baby, she could go and buy something for the baby. She can go to a birthing class, refuse to make peace with the pregnancy. You'll see making peace with the pregnancy is completely greyed out. It's because she doesn't want the baby. So she would have to do a lot of stuff, like go to counselling, go to parenting class, birthing class. If she spends enough time doing positive things about the baby, she will eventually be able to change her mind and make peace with the pregnancy. But right now, oh, that is off the table. It is out of the question. She is not making peace. In fact, I think you better put your big girl pants on and go and tell your mum that you got yourself knocked up. Announce unwanted pregnancy. Oh, you know what? Maybe you should tell the boyfriend first. Who is that blowing up my phone? Oh, it's the principal calling to yell at her for not showing up. Discuss hopeless future about having the baby. Bemoan for not having used birth control. Asked to marry due to having a child together. Oh, God, let's just announce it. Announce it to the dad, and then we'll go and announce it to the mum. The mum is going to freak, I can tell you that much for free. She's going to be disappointed. Your name is going to be mud in this house, Amy. The boy's heartbroken look. Oh, dear. I think she's telling her mum right now. Yep, you can see that reaction right there. Shit has well and truly hit the fan. Landed all over poor Amy's face. Mum's crying. She's furious. Devastated. Teenage child pregnant. This sim has just learned about her teenage child being pregnant. Will they react well and offer support, or react poorly and refuse to be supportive? Will react well as a mother. Quite the news. Shock takes over Janet's mind as she tries to integrate what she has just learned. Her teenage child, pregnant. What sort of madness had made this happen? But now it's reality, and everyone must shake off whatever feelings of judgment they have and tackle this in an adult manner, together. And by supporting one another, they'll figure this out. Very optimistic there, Mum. She does have some options to talk to Amy. She can ask if the father will stay. She can offer some money, reassure about pregnancy, tell you'll help with the child. Also ask if Amy wants a sibling, little friend for the baby. Let's try something else. Amy, go and tell your dad now, and let's see what happens if he reacts badly. So the mum's being supportive. We're going to see if we can wing it so that the dad is a right prick about this. Furious. Livid, isn't he? Oh, you're a dead man walking there, boyfriend. If I were you, I'd leave out the house too. Yeah, he's going for the front door. Okay, so this time we're going to react poorly and refuse to support. Disastrous news. Anger and panic take over Tony's mind as he tries to integrate what he has just learned. His teenage child pregnant. What sort of madness has made this happen? Well, I think we know what made that happen. What levels of stupidity, recklessness, and irresponsibility plague his child for them to let such a thing happen. So now that he's taken the opposite approach to the mum, he now has different options when it comes to talking. He can still ask if the father will stay, but he can also chastise for awful choices, and he can kick out because of pregnancy. And if he does that, it effectively kicks off the split from household and move functionality, which would put Amy homeless and on the streets, pregnant. And on that happy note, I think I'm going to end this video here. That was a taste of the real world for little Amy Marsh. So the mods we used in this video were mainly the SimNation Travel mod, Mean Teens, Youth Stories and Activities, the Milestones mod, the Mood Pack, Preteen, Woohoo Wellness, and Teen Lifestyle. So if you like the look of any of those mods, I will link them all in the video description. And if you can think of any other cool mods that I haven't played with yet, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new mods to try. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. I don't know why you're dancing. Your life's a shit heap. Bye-bye.